Cyprus versus Serbia in the books. 1-0 for Serbia in a match that was absolutely brutal. This just doesn't look like much of anything with Pixie here. I thought we kind of reached rock bottom in that World Cup, and we just keep sinking lower and lower. It's like I don't know what to describe it as. I think a lot of our complaints with the national team and some of the players that maybe aren't called up aren't really huge issues or problems when there's not a big disparity in the quality of the players. Like we're splitting hairs when we decide who we're calling up and who we're not. Apart from the three or four players that are really good, the rest are all kind of good to average to below average. Like there's not much to go off of here. And we displayed that again today. We started well, if not for a goal from a quick free kick that Lazar Samardžić took to Sergej Milinković-Savić, which is very smart by the young player, by the way, taking a quick free kick, catching everyone off guard, goalkeeper, back line, everyone. It was very well done from Samardžić. And then penalty a few minutes later, which Mitrovic took very, very poorly. Um, just can't explain it. And it just looked like, and apart from that, the rest of the first half was not much going forward. There was a few bursts that we did start on the counter attack where it looked like we were going to get something out of it, but I thought the link-up play between Samardžić and Sergej Milinković-Savić was pretty good, considering they're two players who haven't played much together. And Samardžić really hasn't played much together with anyone on this national team, considering he doesn't get minutes at all. So that was good to see. That's one of the few things that was good to see. Um, the midfield, the wingbacks, still a lot of work to do there, but the question is, what do you do with those positions? This is the best that we have. And again, it's not like the players that we're not calling up are world beaters who have like a beef with the coach who aren't just getting called up. It's just you're splitting hairs at this point, and it's just, are you going to take this average player or the other one? It's pretty much come to that, and it's just not looking good. Uh, Rajkovic made at least one really good stop late on in the match. There was a point where the Cyprus hit the post and the ball was kind of recycled and worked in, and the player had a chance on the far post, which just went wide. And it's just defensively, our players, more importantly than the quality of the players tune out very quickly. It's like once one attack is done, it's like the play is over. We're getting ready to attack when the other team still has the ball at their feet. And this is the issue sometimes that I've said with converting like left midfielders and right midfielders into wing backs, because now you have a defensive duty, and it's not for everyone. We saw what happened with Srđan Mihajlovic last match against Russia in the friendly. He can't play the right back position. He's a decent central midfielder, but as a right back, it's crazy to ask him to play that position. And we tried the 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, whatever in one match against Russia. It didn't work, but it's we were down to 10 men with 20 minutes into the match. So how many conclusions can you really draw from that? I wouldn't. I would personally go back to it again in the next set of friendlies that we have in June. I would revisit that. Maybe players are healthier. You get to see. You get to call up some players who are back to back in form, back to playing pretty much. Someone like a Kosta Nedeljkovic, Mihailo Ristic. We'll see if he's fit and ready to go. But it's just the same problems over and over again. And this Cypriot side, no disrespect to them, they created opportunities very easily against us, even if it was half chances. It just came very easily. The attacks came smooth, and we just have slow players. And yeah, this is just the best that we have, and honestly, that's a reality at this point. And when you take a look at our U21s, U19s, they're struggling as well. It's like we're deprived of talent. I don't think it's ever been like this. I don't think we've ever had a time in recent memory where it was the national team wasn't very good, the U20s aren't good, the U19s aren't that great, even though the U19s have a lot of prospective players who are supposed to be, have decent careers. But I watched the U21s the other day, draw Luxembourg, which is a semi-pro team almost. So there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. The formation and stuff, we could forget about that. I was someone who used to complain about playing 4 at the back, 3 at the back. It doesn't really matter when there's no quality in those players at those positions. And when there's not enough quality, you could throw out whatever formation you want. In the middle of the pitch, we panic a lot. And again, we're playing Cyprus. What are we going to do when we're playing the likes of Denmark and England? Especially England, with the players that they have at their disposal. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. If we somehow do get out of this group at the Euros, I think that would be an accomplishment. But, I mean, England with their attack, Denmark's a decent side. Slovenia can do some things as well with Šeško and some other players in their lineup. It's gonna be a handful, whichever way you cut it. And handing Pixie an extension until 2026, I believe it was, so another year and a half, 2, whatever. I don't know. And again, some of it doesn't even come down to coaching. It's just that we don't have the players at our disposal. But other managers, other head coaches have made it work with even less. So, that's a question. And you kind of question is like, if you do sack him, who do you bring in? I would have Vlada Milojevic near the top of my list if I was the Serbian national team. I think Vlada Milojevic has come back to Red Star with looks like the team was, I don't want to say turmoil, but they were doing fairly poorly under Barak Bahar. And he completely rejuvenated the team, gave players new roles, gave other guys more playing time, saw what he had, and now the team is clicking again. So that's one guy I would for sure have on my list. Would he leave Red Star for the national team? I think that he probably would, but that's a different question. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the performance, what you would do going forward, because honestly now we're starting to run out of options here.